Hi, I'm Chris Mallow, Partner Solutions Architect for Swimlane. Today I'm going to introduce the concept of remote agents in Turbine. Rather than forcing our users to create extensive, risky holes in their perimeter, we provide our remote agent feature to enable automation control from the cloud into the user's environment. Turbine's remote agent is a Docker image that loads from our cloud environment into the Docker application on an internal Linux server. Once running, the agent is checking in regularly with Turbine Cloud and taking commands from there to run actions that pull from or push to those critical internal services. In this video, I will demonstrate how to install the remote agent, then also how to use the remote agent as part of an automation playbook. Let's start by taking a look at the requirements as you can see them here on our docs.swimlane.com page for Turbine. If you look here, you can see that we have our agent section that talks in depth about all of the requirements and specifications for the remote agent. You can see here, you must use a user account with account admin. We also need to have the latest version of Docker or Podman installed. We also need to have the latest version of Python 3 installed. Finally, you can see some basic hardware specifications that are required at a minimum to run the agent correctly. Also down here you can see some necessary access that needs to be provided outbound from your Linux system that will run the agent to the internet. The remote agent settings are in your admin panel in your Turbine Cloud account, here under Settings and then Tenant Specific Settings. Make sure you select the correct tenant that you want to connect your remote agent to, and then click the Agents tab, and you will see both the list of agents and the list of pools. We have no agents yet, so we're going to click Deploy Agent to work on creating our script. The only required setting is our name, so we will set a name here. But we have other settings that we can specify regarding certificate paths or heartbeat intervals, or further down, proxy settings if you need your agent to speak through an outbound proxy in your environment. Also further down, we have settings for cron users and time frames. In this case, I'm going to set it to 5 minutes past the hour. And once everything is set here, you can come down and click the Copy Install Script, which will copy the commands for you to paste from your clipboard onto your prompt to load the agent. Now you can see I'm back on my Linux system and I've pasted my commands to install the agent. Real quick, I'm going to take one more step so that this runs without a hitch. Namely, I'm going to put in the sudo command in front of my bash so that everything runs with root access. Now that that's running, I need to copy in and paste the email and password for my account admin credentials so that my Turbine Cloud credentials will check in properly. Now that it's running, you'll see that it's pulling all of the components and pieces for the Docker image that it needs, our Turbine agent image, which it pulls from that k.io site that has the repository for our images. Again, you need to make sure that you provide full access to that outbound so that the agent software can be pulled and then installed into your environment. This will take typically about 30 to 60 seconds to get everything pulled and then up and running. So as you can see here, it's pulling and now extracting everything. And now it will load everything into your Docker environment here. It's running its pre-flight checks, checking the connection, making sure the connection to Turbine runs, and now the final step is it will ask if you want to follow the logs of the agent to validate the startup. I don't really need to do that. This is just for demonstration purposes, so I will say no and move on. And now we can move back over to our Turbine Cloud account to check the connection. To check the agent connection, we'll go back to our agent specific settings. We'll make sure first, again, that we're looking at the correct tenant. But then under that, we're going to look at agents, and you can see we do indeed have one agent. If we click View Agents, there indeed is our agent J that we just installed. There's the version. Now I'm going to add it to a new agent pool that I created before we did the install called the MIB pool. So if I drop that down, you can see MIB pool, and now that's added. That's important for using it with actions and automation. We can also see the agent is enabled. We can also see the last time it checked in. Now let's see how to use it. Here we see our list of components in my tenant. For our test, we are going to use our remote agent to pull data from an internal MISP server. MISP is an open source threat intel platform that is used by many of our customers, and I have installed my own test server for use with this tenant. You can see that we have the credentials set in the MISP asset here, the IP address and API key. So now let's set this to enrich an observable by running through the Agent J remote agent. If we go into the component to enrich with MISP, we can see two MISP actions, the get attribute info at the top and the get related event at the bottom. We need to set the pool that we use to the MIB pool rather than the default pool. The MIB pool contains, as we know, our Agent J remote agent. So I will set that there and I will click Save to save the component. Now I will go copy and paste in an observable object for our test data so that we can run a test against our remote agent. You can see I've got an IP address in this one, and then I will click Test. We'll go watch for our runs, give it just a few minutes to run, and make sure that it ran through our agent. You can see we have a successful run, so everything appears to be happy. So now we will go to each of the two actions we have, in this case, get attribute info. You can see that it ran through the MIB pool and the Agent J agent. And we can also see that it got a successful 200 code as a response, so it hit the server properly. For the second action, we also see that it used the MIB pool and the Agent J agent. And so now we have validated that our actions ran properly through our remote agent. And now if we go down and check our outputs, we can see that we have a completed enrichment for that observable that we passed through in this test run. So we have successfully validated our agent setup. That concludes our installation and test demonstration for Turbine remote agents. And now you have seen how easy it is to use remote agents to enable your internal automation connectivity and control. Thank you for joining us for this video, and please reach out to us if you have any additional questions on this topic. We will see you next time.